when we bring in the argument, or rather when the ASG brings in the argument that the judgment was perverse, that, it was very hurried, you are actually doing exactly what the opposition has been doing all this while. Negating a judgment which does not suit you. So isn't the government also then putting the courts under a cloud? Saying that we don't agree with this wasn't a good judgment.
See, Paulo Coelho had said it very nicely once, that we are the best lawyers for our mistakes and the best judge for someone else's mistake. So, you rightly said what actually I was going to say, that whenever the judgment isn't in favor of any person, they end up criticizing it. And similarly, I was very surprised with Ms. Zariwala questioning why the ED went to the court, because that is the precedent. That is how law works. As a LLB, I can tell you, the moment anybody has an unfavorable judgment against them, the best thing they do is, the first thing that they do is, they go to the upper court and challenge it. It is basic of law. And, I'm very surprised, whatever I could read, very artistically given judgment by order by the Rose Avenue Court. And, as a common man, it pains me that 76% of the under trials are still languishing behind jail for simple hearing, that if they are heard, they could get bail, or their bail applications are pending. And here we have, as I said, why people are slowly, it's not only about the government or the opposition party, even people are slowly questioning the courts because of this attitude.
No, but aren't you also questioning the court when it suits you? Absolutely. Now, what did the trial court say in its bail order? It said, listen, the Chief Justice of India is saying that bail should be it should be a rule, not an exception. And so we are granting bail to Arvind Kejriwal. He's not a bhagoda.
Let me tell you, Padmaja, we don't need the Supreme Court CJI to say it. It is the basic of law, that bail, not jail. It has been there for always. That is what my question is. Why do these judges need to be told by someone when it has been there in the book? Every judge who comes over here is an LLB student. We have been taught this in the first year of our education at LLB, that bail, not jail. But are they following it? Every court that gives a bail is doing something good for the society. I have no question about it. But here, questioning why the ED has gone to a upper court to challenge it is wrong. Why the ED wants to challenge that particular bail is wrong, because that is how law works.
Okay, there's nothing wrong in challenging a lower court's bail, or a lower court's order rather.
Well, it is the same courts that had granted bail to Arvind Kejriwal, a trial court wherein the ED had to go, at 12, even before the announcement.
But ma'am, it was the same court that also denied him bail earlier, just a few days ago.
Also, let us not forget, in the PMLA Act, under which the ED has taken Arvind Kejriwal into custody to begin with, is a draconian law, and yet they were not able to establish any procedure.
Ma'am, we cannot keep jumping goalposts. Anuja Kapoor wants to quickly respond to that.
It's okay. I just want to ask the persons who are sitting on the show is, please, if you do not have a knowledge of the law, don't speak, because we are the lawyers who are sitting here. We do and deal with the law every day. So this is where the contentions, ma'am, please, I didn't speak. Ma'am, I didn't speak in between, allow me to speak. So this is where the situation comes up when the Arvind Kejriwal, who is guilty, he's crying in hue and cry. This is a legal contention. The High Court has given a stay on the lower court's bail. This is a problem, and the two lawyers who are there inside are talking on this. This is a question of the law, and this should be followed. And when the question of law is there, ED did not get the chance to speak. We are talking on this. The lower court did not see the documents, as it is clearly written in the order that I have no time of seeing this order, all the documents which are there, because it is in the larger amount, is in hundreds and thousands of pages.
Okay.
Do you see a lawyer speaking, a judge speaking in this way? Because this creates, and she also very pointedly said that every CM should get a granted bail. In which way? Of the constitutional chair. How does a constitutional chair gives you a bail? So this is very scary. No, Padmaja, this is very scary, because what is coming up is people who believe in judiciary, which is the third pillar of the democracy. You are speaking this kind of a thing, where my friend has also said there are many under trials. Why don't you give bail to them then? They have already given their punishments half years in the under trial only.
Okay,
So what
very,
we are
very,
looking into
very,
is
very important. In the last 24 hours, two courts coming up with two different conclusions, very, very important excerpts of the order, which are now being questioned. In greater detail, we will dwell on this. What should we take away from this order? What should we take away from the stay that has been put by the